think that's on. Hi, this is Kathy from Vincent Music, and I'm doing a little video recording, a video tutorial about the little polyrhythm passage in Confessions in the Moonlight by Joe Hisaishi. So, yeah, it occurs on page 2. So a polyrhythm is when you're playing two different rhythms, two different regular rhythms at the same time. The simplest one is if one hand is playing 3 beats and the same time that the other hand is playing 2. So that's the simplest one. And it sounds a bit like this. If one hand's going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the other one going 1, 2, 1, 2. And together it sounds like it's got a kind of nice offset fun thing happening, but yeah, the two different hands are just being very robotically playing their beat. A slightly more complicated one is when one hand is playing 4 beats, 4 notes, while the other hand is playing 3. And so one hand will be going 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other one's going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that one ends up sounding like. And that's the one that we have in this piece. So I wanted to have a good talk about that one. So if we just have a quick little look at the bit. Yeah, here it is. 3 beats with the right hand, 4 with the left there. It can be a bit tricky to suddenly come up with these little rhythms and have to play them in a song. So I've done a little picture first. And this is to show us give us a little visual idea of what the rhythm looks like. Firstly, so your right hand's playing 1, 2, 3, 1, and left hand's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and together it looks like this. Do 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 kind of thing. That wasn't very good. But you can see there's 2 beats that are quite close together here, one in the middle, and they both go at the beginnings of each bar. And here's just done a little indication of the easiest way to count it out at first. Because half notes are pretty easy. So for the first, we go 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the blue notes, your right hand is playing on the 1, the 3, and the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And your left hand with the purple blobs is playing 1, 2.5, 4, and 5.5. That makes sense. So if you count it out, you go 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and. So let's try that. Just tap it out. Don't play anything yet because you've got to get the rhythm before you play the melody. Sort of obscures the rhythm a bit, so it's best to tap it out first. So if you count that out, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so just with one hand to start. Now try 2 hands and do with your left hand do the 4 taps and your right hand do the 3 taps. Start out slowly. So together at first. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. And try and be quite robotic. Be nice and robotic, and see if you can slowly start speeding it up and get the feel of that. have a listen to yourself playing and see if you can hear that left hand doing the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, while the right hand's doing a nice even 1, 2, 3. See if you can get them nice and even. You can sort of tap your fingers a bit differently. Use a bit more fingernail with one to see if you can check. And you can sort of hear the difference a bit better if you use 2 different surfaces. So the next step, still not time for the melody yet, is work out the fingering of that section that you're going to use. And then you can tap it out using the correct fingering as well. In this case, the right hand is playing E flat, F, G octaves, so it's going to be 1 and 5. You can tap with your 1 and 5. And the right hand is playing C, G, E flat, G, and I'm using 1 and 2 for that, so I'll tap with my 1 and 2. So a little trick to help you sort of remember that rhythm, a lot of people use little phrases, like a little sentence that will help you remember it. And there's one, depending on what emphasis you want to put on it. Like if you want to emphasize the melody, which is, or the 3/4 side of things, I've heard one that goes something like, pass the rancid butter. I don't know why you'd want rancid butter, but it helps you remember the rhythm. So pass the rancid butter, pass the rancid butter, pass the rancid butter, pass the rancid butter. And that helps you get that that triplet really nice and even. But in this case, I would suggest using one, well, I made up one that I find kind of helpful, because seeing as the song is in 4/4 and you've got to keep that rhythm going nicely, you kind of want to emphasize the left hand a bit more, I find. And I made up a little one that I use that goes, some people eat a lot, some people eat a lot, some people eat a lot. That puts the emphasis of those words on the 4 beats instead of the 3s, so it can help you get that right. So let's try our tapping without fingering. So we want to start both together for the first one, 1, and then we're going to do left, left, right. So together, left, right, left, right, left, in the correct rhythm. So we go, some people eat a lot, some people eat a lot, some people eat a lot. And see if you can get that rhythm and the fingering sounding nice and even before you put the melody onto it. That's how I would do it. Hope you can hear that. And now it's time to actually play that bit of the song. So it's a good thing to just have that, get that half bar and just cycle it a few times and try and get it nice and even. So you think some people eat a lot, try and be, again, quite robotic about it till you get the hang of it and get the fingering right and can get it about the right speed. And then let's see if you can slot the rest of the bar in. Let's see. So hope you found that helpful, and see you next week. Bye.